Hi, this is John at the ZAM Seed Yield Improvement Center where we have the push-pull demonstration in maize. As you can see, it's at the end of the season. We've harvested the maize and what's remaining is the brachiaria around the edge and the desmodium in the plot. We have cut down and laid the maize in their rows and the desmodium is peeking through, showing up through the maize stover. It's not a dense cover and it won't grow much during the winter because it's very dry here until the rains come in November. As you can see, the brachiaria has grown very well. It's in full flower, and what we want to do now is to turn this into hay. So on a farm you could graze this or cut it by hand, but we are using a strimmer to cut this down, and this is being cut quite close to the ground, maybe a little bit too close to the ground. It's only about 10 centimeters above the ground, and the brachiaria is very thick and being windrowed along the side, and then we are spreading that out so it can dry nicely. So they're just opening up the windrow so that the air can get in there and dry nicely. We've almost finished now, and you can see the tufts of the brachiaria pretty close. We've cut to the ground, and the desmodium, as I've shown you before, showing through the maize stover. Here we are a few days after cutting. This is about the second day after cutting. It is starting to dry out now. This is now 3 days after cutting, and the brachiaria is quite dry, not dry enough to bale yet, but you can see it's got a nice color, a nice looking hay, quite a lot of dry matter there, which we will let dry for another few days because the stems are still a bit wet. Now we are baling it in this little hand baler that we made. So they're gathering up the dry hay and pushing it down into the cylinder, and then once it's pushed down, folded in there, they bring over the compressor and push it down with some mechanical pressure down into the cylinder. It's a very simple construction. It's just made out of steel in our workshop. We can make a few improvements. Having to hold it down is quite difficult, but we can put in quite a lot of hay into here, folding it in and tightening it, pushing it down to make a compact round bale. So now it's complete. We've filled it up with the hay, and now we have, previous to putting in the grass, we put in the baling twine. You can see it now, he's holding it in his hand, and then they bring it over there's two baling twines crosswise, and they just tie that in. And then once the two cross baling twines are tied, they open up the cylinder, and out pops a nice compact bale.
Very nice.
Which weighs about 10 kgs. They're not that big. So this was started in the morning, and after about 3 hours we completed baling up the grass, and we ended up with 20 bales altogether from this little plot. Like I said, each bale is about 10 kgs. This is a good byproduct from a push-pull plot, so we have a good number of bales out of here, which could be fed to livestock. And even the desmodium that is remaining in the plot could be grazed by animals. So this is very satisfying, and so thanks for watching. Bye for now.